that all citizens are treated equally, and the quality of life never stops, no matter who you are. Now, I'm running because I have seen inequality in my district. There has been a decline in our infrastructure. There has been a decline on our commerce. I'm checking the time over there. And the current commissioner is not accessible. We need to change this. I am proactive. I will change this. So, I'm here because I believe in McAllen. I'm here because I believe in my district. And I'm here because I believe in all of us, together. There is a saying that I use, and I keep using it. If you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, we go together. And that's what this is about. Us going together, having a better society, having a better city. And that is why I'm running for city commissioner. Thank you.
The city of McAllen has always had problems with flooding, especially in the tight street areas. So how would you fix that problem, or what would you propose?
Well, and this is one of the reasons that I am running. District 5 has one of the worst drainage problems in the city. The drains are old because it's oldest district of the city. It is the oldest district of McAllen. So the infrastructure is not up to par. It's expensive is what I've been told. But you see what happens as McAllen sprawls out, they're compromising their resources and they're not thinking about the inner city. So we have flooding in my house, on my street. If we have a heavy rain, I have to wait 2 hours before I can leave. That's how bad it gets. And I have brought it up to the current commissioner, and he tells me that it's too expensive and they'll get back to it later. Well, I'm sorry. I've got to get to work. And you know what? I own my business. So I can go 2 hours late. But an individual that's being paid hourly could get fired. So there is a problem, and I'd like to fix that, and we're going to have to find ways to find the money for infrastructure. But here's the thing. They don't have a problem in spending $2 million on a parade. But they have a problem about fixing drainage and sewage and sidewalks. So the budget has to be rethought. I'm a businessman. It's common sense. You have a budget, you know what your priorities are, and if you don't have the money for the fun stuff, too bad. You get the right stuff done because it's about the people. And I'd much rather have good drainage, good sewage, and a sidewalk than watch a 20-minute firework display. That's just me.
What would you implement to make your city more attractive to a younger crowd?
That's good that you said that. I just left the Emerging Young Leadership event today, right before I got here. My district, District 5, is the perfect place for young people if we work on it. It's downtown, it's the art district, it's already set up for walkability, it has an entertainment center. What we haven't done is we've neglected it. Do you know that the city, we had a master plan, ladies and gentlemen, that was incredible. And the city put up $1 million to this. And what did our leadership do with that $1 million? Nothing. And so now they don't have the money, and now they say to the owners, to the developers, to the leasers, it's your responsibility. But you had $1 million, and you blew it. So what we want to do is, I would like to review this master plan. Now, get this straight. We don't have the money that we used to have in the boom. But I would like to see partnership with corporations, with developers, and I've already been doing this. I've already been proactive in trying to find people that would come to McAllen downtown and invest. One of the people that I've been talking to is Mike Rose. He's developing up in north part of McAllen, but he's interested in the inner city. His building, where his headquarters, is on the Chase Tower. Now, there's a reason why he's there. Do you realize that the Chase Tower is our largest, most powerful communication center in the valley? We're sitting on gold. We could get so many things happening downtown. So yes, I want to work with that. Bike trails, walkability, restaurants, galleries. Still keep the entertainment community happy. But it is multi-use of that area will bring you guys to stay. But the most important thing is getting job creations that will pay you so that you will stay in McAllen. And we can do that downtown as well.
Within your power, if elected, would you support a city ordinance that would prevent LGBTQ discrimination if a state law were to be passed that would allow it?
Are you kidding? You know who I am?
It's just a formal question.
It's just, I get it.
We stand for those
Let me
rights.
tell you, I have been fighting for the LGBT for over a decade. I am the president of the caucus. I just got back from Austin. We had an equality summit where I brought the leaders, the LGBT leaders and their allies and legislators to this summit to discuss how we could improve our development with the state, with the city, with the county. Now let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some crazy people up there in Austin that just love to hate. And they don't just hate the gays. They hate women. They hate vets. They hate Latinos. I mean, they hate African Americans. They hate poor people. I mean, it's crazy. But I'm going to tell you one thing. And I want you all to understand that some of this legislation will never pass. It's too extreme. But that is why I tell you all, you've got to vote. That's your power. You want equality? You know who your candidate is, and you go out and you vote for that candidate. Because we've got to get those crazies out and get the people with the real skill sets in. And we've neglected to do that. You know, we had a great governor candidate, and only 38% of Texans went out to vote. What's up with that? So, yes, I'm going to do that because that's what I do. I believe in equality for all citizens.
Now, your district is in the middle of the city. It's the old part of the city. So what is the biggest problem or concern that your constituents have?
Well, I'm running on 3 pillars. Commerce, because commerce has gone down in our district. We can't sustain good business in our area. And all we're seeing is they're bringing the big box stores into our area, which have not helped our small business community. We have to concentrate on taking care of our small business community. And that's why I say to all of you, don't just go buy at Walmart. Get other options. There's other people there that are trying to make a living. Many of you might just be those people. Debbie, your family's there. If you don't help the middle class, we're in big trouble. So we've got to consider that. So that's one of the things, is working on our commerce, getting incentives, getting people to go back down there. But we can't do this without the infrastructure. If I've got flooding, if I don't have the security, if I don't have the sidewalks, if I don't have walkability, I can't sustain a business. So we have to put commerce, make that a priority. We've got to work with infrastructure, make that a necessity, and the leadership needs to be accessible. Not just show up when they want to get elected, or show up with a dumpster when they want something from that community, but to be part of it. You know, that's what leadership's about, is to engage with your constituents. Listen. Today I went to the schools today because, as you know, McAllen, we're dealing with a bond issue. And they've been asking me the questions. Now, as a commissioner, I wouldn't oversee this. But as a commissioner, I do understand my constituents. So I went and I visited the schools personally so I could see the problems. So that when I come back and they ask me the question, I know how to talk from my head and from my heart why we need to make this change. The question is, can we invest in it now? And that's up to us. It's up to all of us in McAllen at this point. So that would be my answer. I love that.
Eli is a friend of mine, and so is John Ingram, but unfortunately, there's a complacency in District 5 that makes me be I'm like a commissioner already, because I'm downtown every day, I'm in the alleys every day, and I'm calling the city. Some guy just fell off the roof at 17th because y'all didn't put that code of regulations barrier. He's gonna fall. Well, let me get code of regulations out there. The guy falls, almost breaks his neck. I have a question for you. If you're elected for Commissioner District 5, you know my source, the historical area. The historical part, McAllen, has been deemed historical and has been receiving federal monies to keep it historical and renovated. None of that money has been used for that purpose, which puts them in a bad light with the Historical Commission of the State of Texas. How do I know? I'm real good friends with the president of the Historical Commission of the State of Texas because he has oil wells and minerals in Cotulla, Texas. I sell mineral rights for him. And he has walked out McAllen. He says he's disgusted to know that the city of McAllen has not used those funds for the historical area the way they should have been used, which means you may not get any more. If you're elected for District 5, would you be able to commission with Debbie Crane, be a team? Because what we're looking at McAllen is, who's this team gonna be? District 1's very important, District 5's very important. We want to get all the right people there so that we know that our needs are being met. We're sick and tired of District 5. We'll vote for Mickey Mouse against John Ingram. We don't care.
Well, hello to Mickey. Hello, Mickey.
But what I want to know is if you're elected commissioner, when those hard issues come up, like where's the historical money at, would you be making those probing questions?
Absolutely. I want to rattle their cage just a little bit, okay? There's a lot of discrepancies that are going on right now in the city. The complacency is way too much. We're supposed to be the gem of the valley. You go to those meetings, they just sit there and pass things without really discussing or listening to their constituents. You know, to me, it's very important about the historic part. You know, I'm a designer by trade. I have a background in some of that, and I do see what's going on. What they did to some of those buildings downtown just to get a permit and to get some alcohol sales tax is unexcusable. They destroyed what we were, and they didn't honor it. And so that's what I'd like to see. The historic part of our city has to be preserved. We have to honor what happened in the past. We have to embrace what we have today, and we've got to think about what we're going to do in the future with McAllen. I want those buildings. You know, we were just looking at the old high school, McAllen High School, and I thought, they tore that down. They couldn't have preserved it. I know that we've got a great bank up there now. That's an ugly bank anyway, by the way. Architecturally, I just don't understand that. But to think that that beautiful, classic Georgian architecture was just destroyed without even thinking about it. I've got a metal building going up on 10th Street right now. It's a Dollar General building. Who gave that permit to put a metal structure on 10th Street? Did you see that? That is ridiculous. So can I work with Debbie? Absolutely. You know, the thing is that I will work with anyone who's willing to listen to what I have to say. And I'm willing to listen to what they have to say. And if we're on the same path, we're going to get together and we're going to do great things. That's the thing. And that's the problem right now in the city commission. They're not talking to one another. And I'm a talker, but I'm a listener too. And I'm proactive. And I will do what I have to do to make sure that we take care of our city and its historic value.
Thank you.
Any more questions? I want all the candidates who are here currently right now to take a picture with the Young Democrat officers, just so that we can have this. I'm going to, you know, put this on Facebook, right? So that people know, hey, candidates care, people care, constituents care, the Young Democrats care. So let's do that. I don't know if we want to put that in the tagline, but you know.
Can you take it?
Oh.
Okay, sounds good. The candidates for the.
I just want to say something because we're running nonpartisan, and I really don't want to just be one-sided, but we're reaching out to both sides.